Hello, Yoni Markov here from Elder Solutions Law Firm. I wanted to talk to you for a minute or two on the topic of special needs trust. Specifically, the two types of trust and what their advantages and disadvantages are. So, there are two types of special needs trust, and it really depends on where is the money coming from to fund the special needs trust. So, in the first instance, we'll call it a self-settled trust. The individual who was on Medicaid or SSI is receiving an inheritance, okay, or a personal injury settlement. Because they are receiving it themselves and then they create the special needs trust, that's why we call it a self-settled special needs trust. The second type is a third person special needs trust. I use the nomenclature of supplemental needs trust so as not to confuse it. But on a third person supplemental needs trust, the money is actually coming from a third person. So the individual who was on SSI or Medicaid never actually owned or had possession or control of the money. Why is this important? Well, it's important because when the individual on SSI or Medicaid passes away, whatever money is left in that self-settled special needs trust goes back to Florida Medicaid. Their own children, their families do not inherit that money. It goes back to Florida Medicaid on a self-settled. On a third person, since it was never theirs to begin with, it was a parent or grandparent or something along those lines, there's no payback provision to Florida Medicaid. So you can see the advantage of doing it this way. Well, how do we do it? We do it with some pre-planning. Give us a call and we're happy to talk with you. Thank you.